Hi everyone, I'm Catherine, and today I'd like to talk to you about a very serious issue which affects 1 out of every 4 women and 1 out of every 9 men. If you're still wondering what this issue is, it's domestic violence, one of which I'm a survivor. The first thing that I'd like to start off with is a definition of domestic violence given by the National Center for Victims of Violent Crime. According to them, domestic violence is the willful intimidation, assault, battery, sexual assault, or other abusive behavior perpetrated by one family member, household member, or intimate partner against another. Most of these cases go unreported to the police. Cost of domestic violence exceeds $5.8 million annually, with $4.1 billion going to medical and mental health services. People at the highest risk for domestic violence are lower income areas and females that are 20 to 24 years of age. Race is not an issue and not a factor in domestic violence. At the very beginning, I said that I was a survivor of domestic violence. And now I'd like to tell you a little bit about my survival. At the age of 19, I became pregnant with my oldest son, who is now 5 years old. Shortly after I got pregnant became the first episode of domestic violence for me. His father, who I later became married to, got angry one day and slapped me while I was pregnant. At first, I just thought that it was an outburst, so I dismissed it. However, a couple months later, I was standing at the top of the stairs while he was angry once again, and he almost tried to push me down the stairs. Unfortunately, I still let this go, and I ended up having another son, who's now 4 years old. This went on for a while and progressively got worse. So at the very beginning, he was slapping me. Then he went to trying to push me down the stairs when I was pregnant. After I had my second son, things got a little bit better for a little while. Then it got even worse. I had things thrown at me. I was thrown into the entertainment center, which is the first time that I made a call to the police. I filed charges against him and had him put in jail. However, the next morning, when he called from jail and needed a ride home, I went and picked him up. My final straw was one night we were out, and I had to stop and park because I was really upset. We were having an argument. And 2 guys were walking by the car as he proceeded to punch me in the back of the head repeatedly. This was the time when I ended up with a concussion. And at this point in time, I had 2 kids I had to take care of. And it obviously didn't work out well with that concussion. So then I had to enlist the help of my mom. Well, in the process of these 2 guys walking by, they saw that he was punching me and hitting me in the back of the head, and they called the police. When the police arrived on the scene, they told me that the guys had told them what had happened, and I denied it. Now, these police officers I had never seen in my life, but they knew me from when the police officers came to my house the first time when I filed the police report. They gave me the speech on how I needed to take care of my kids and take care of myself, and I needed to get away from the situation. And I was really upset, and I thought about it, and I went home and just bawled my eyes out that night. Of course, he went to jail again that night for an unrelated charge. The next morning, he got out, he came back home, and that was it for me. My kids were more important than me worrying about anything else. I can't worry about anybody else, and I couldn't worry about him. I had to save myself and my kids. So a couple days later, I kicked him out. Well, After I kicked him out, I received a phone call telling me that the next time that he saw me, he was going to kill me. And that's when things were done. I knew that it was either me leave him and that was it, or I was going to die and my kids were not going to have a mother anymore. This is a very, very serious issue. And not many people think about the statistics involved in this. If you're in a room with 20 women, 5 of them are victims of domestic violence, most likely, and you may not even know it. Help these women out. They're scared. They're not going to go to anybody. They're most likely not going to come and talk to you. But if you see signs that they're in a domestic violence situation, try talking to them. Give them numbers. Give them an option. Give them a place to go. It's hard. I know this personally. Some of my friends knew about this. I did talk to a few people, and they would give me advice, but we're the ones who have to get out of this situation ourselves. I have 3 boys now, 2 of which were in this situation. Now, by the time I got out, my oldest was 2 and my youngest was 1. I'm hoping that I got out in enough time, because boys are twice as likely to be involved in domestic assault if they view this. It scares me, and it should scare all of us. Our children are our future, and by being scared and intimidated, we're risking our future. There is a hotline that you can call. It's the National Domestic Violence Hotline. The phone number is 1-800-799-SAFE. If you or someone you know is involved in domestic violence, please get out while you can. Again, that phone number for the National Domestic Violence Hotline is 1-800-799-SAFE. I hope you'll think about this. And I hope if you're in this situation or know somebody that you do that is, I hope that I've helped you to get out of the situation that you're in. Thank you.